Hi everyone and welcome to another video from displayrepair.com. In this video we'll show you how to recognize a battery problem on your car. First, we'll show you some telltale signs that the battery is going to die, and towards the end of the video we'll show you what it looks like when it's completely dead. Perhaps this video can help you solve, or even better, prevent a battery problem altogether. So stay tuned. displayrepair.com. Be sure to visit us at our website displayrepair.com, where you can find more useful car and driving tips. In this part, we'll show you some symptoms of a car battery that is still functioning but probably not for long. Occasional weak cranking. Occasional weak cranking is one of the most obvious symptoms. Most of the time the cranking is normal, but here and there you'll notice a weaker turnover. It's barely noticeable at the beginning, but as the problem progresses, it gets more frequent and easy to notice. Also, it's more likely to happen in cold temperatures. Sudden loss of electric power. You may experience sudden loss of electric power, a sort of blackout, only for the power to return in a couple of seconds. For example, you may try to crank, but there's no power. The next minute, when you try, everything is okay and works normally. Click sound when cranking. Besides weak cranking, you may hear just a click when you turn the ignition key. This is the starter trying to crank but doesn't have enough power. If you try again, it may easily start. Freak electric and electronic problems. If the battery is weak, it may cause fluctuations in the electric system of your car. Most modern cars, with their complex systems, are especially sensitive to this. A weak battery may cause weird anomalies like various dashboard lights coming up at the same time, various commands may not work properly, errors appearing on the dash that don't make sense, or other illogical electric or electronic malfunctions. If you experience problems like these, the battery is certainly worth a check. Also, you can get the check engine light coming up occasionally. If you want to see more reasons for a check engine light problem, click on the card to see our video dedicated specifically to this topic. Weak or flickering headlights. This symptom is best noticed if you turn on the lights while the engine is off. If the battery is weak, you'll notice the headlights going dimmer and dimmer within a couple of seconds. When the battery is okay, it should be able to hold the lights for at least a couple of minutes. If the battery is on its last legs, it will deplete in less than a minute. Also, you may notice flickering or pulsating of the lights for a brief moment when you start the car. A weak battery may cause fluctuations in the power supply while the engine and alternator are running. Engine running rough or engine misfire. If you notice that the engine is running rough or even misfires, a weak battery can be the problem. Know that this is a rare symptom, but since the ignition system, injection system, and ECU, which is the car's computer, depend on a stable electricity input, it's worth a check. For instance, due to electric fluctuations because of a weak battery, the ECU, which commands the injection and ignition system, may experience problems which manifest through rough engine running or even a misfire. Swollen battery casing and corroded battery terminals. A swollen battery casing is a red alert to replace the battery as soon as possible, even if it still works. Due to various chemical reactions within the battery, the casing becomes distorted, swollen up, and you'll notice the plastic changing color because of its stretching. Besides this, you may notice green and yellow corrosion on the battery terminals, frequently appearing even after cleaning. In this part, we'll tell you what commonly happens when the battery is totally dead, meaning totally depleted or 95% depleted. So there may be some power left, but it's practically useless. Very weak or no cranking. When the battery is dead, the first thing you'll notice is very weak or more likely no cranking at all. So you get in the car, turn the ignition, and this happens. Weak or dim dashboard lights and interior lights. Alongside weak cranking, you'll probably experience the dashboard lights and the interior lights going dim or totally vanishing. This is especially noticeable when you start to crank. No electricity at all. If the battery is totally depleted, then you may also experience total loss of electric power, much like when you take off the battery clamp for some reason. So when you turn the key, nothing happens, no cranking, no dashboard lights, no interior lights, the radio doesn't work, nothing. One more useful thing to know when the battery is dead. You can jumpstart the car, but in the majority of cases the battery won't be able to hold the charge from the alternator. This means that the car won't start even after the engine was running for some time. So, if you manage to jumpstart the car with a dead battery, best don't turn off the engine until a good opportunity appears to replace the battery. The car battery rarely dies on you at a moment's notice. In the majority of cases, it happens gradually, which gives you enough time to notice and react. Having this in mind, we'll give perhaps the most important tip on this topic. Don't neglect the problem. The moment you notice weaker cranking, even occasionally, flickering headlights or other symptoms, check out what's wrong. Otherwise, you may cause yourself some big future problems like being left stranded because you can't start the car, you won't be able to start during the winter season, you'll be late for work or else. Best notice, detect, and solve a car battery problem when it's just starting. So that's it for this time. Hope the video helps. Please like and subscribe. It's a huge help for what we're doing. Thanks for watching and thanks for your time.